Boom! What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. I have to be honest, I believe that the word excited would be a complete understatement for how I'm feeling for this week's video. As you can tell, we have a cardboard box that's very taped up, very sealed, and hopefully the contents inside are very protected. But as you can also tell and infer from the title and the thumbnail, I am going to be unboxing my first ever men's niche fragrance purchase. Now, before you start frantically typing down in the comments section below, I have done several niche fragrance reviews before, and I own several niche fragrances in my collection. Those that I personally own have all came, though, in the form of a decant. Shout out to decantx.com. And even the reviews that I've done recently in the past couple weeks and months have all belonged to my partner in crime, Canyon, who unfortunately could not be with us tonight to film. So we will miss him during this review, but the show must go on nonetheless. And I am so very excited. But before we jump into things, before I open this box up, why don't you try to guess? Drop down in the comments below and just take an honest guess about what you think is inside this box. What niche fragrance do you think I chose as my first one to own in my collection as a full bottle? If you get it right, maybe you'll get pinned and win a prize or something, who knows. But let's just jump right into things. I'm not going to show the box in its entirety. There's actually 2 of the 4 sides that contain my shipping information and my address, so I do not want those getting leaked out to the internet. But without further ado, here we go. Let's get right in to unboxing my first ever niche men's fragrance. Now, honestly, I'm really not exactly sure what's going to be inside this box. I'm pretty sure it is the niche fragrance that I ordered, but I haven't smelled it yet. I haven't seen the box inside. I will tell you that this is also a new company that I have bought from, so I'm really not sure what to kind of expect here. That was a lot. But anywho, here we go. As you see, we got the contents inside. Let's just get into it. I have no idea what to expect. We're opening her up. Very protected. That's what I like to see. Oh, yes. All right. Here we have it. I'm about to get rid of the wrapping paper. 3, 2, 1. If you guessed Parfums de Marly Sedley, you would be correct. My goodness. This is honestly such a surreal feeling. I wanted to wait till this came in the mail, which it did earlier today, to make this video. And I'm seeing this for the first time. This is so surreal, guys. Absolutely love the iconic Parfums de Marly packaging. And we're just going to take off the protective outer layer and just jump right into things. I know what this fragrance smells like, and I purchased it for a reason. We'll get into that in a moment. So it's not going to really be a first impressions, but we'll kind of go through the presentation and different aspects of it. As you can see, oh my goodness, the standard Parfums de Marly packaging. This is exactly what I've expected. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here we have it. You got the dark blue, but also clear Parfums de Marly bottle. You got the name of the fragrance house. You got the 2 horses on the front as well. Oh my goodness. This cap is extremely heavy, but this is Parfums de Marly Sedley. I know that DNA and scent profile from anywhere. Oh my goodness. All right. Before I go crazy, before I start going off the rails here, getting distracted and going on a rabbit trail, let's just go bit by bit through this fragrance. First, the presentation. As you can tell, and honestly, what would you expect anything differently from a niche company? But the packaging and the presentation is absolutely phenomenal. You see the box, Parfums de Marly Paris, 125 ml, 4.2 ounce. Sedley Eau de Parfum on the box. As you saw, honestly, a really nice and protective outer layer. Just when you're opening the box, when you're opening the fragrance, really safe and secure in there, which is good to see. But honestly, this, I think, is where Parfums de Marly is going to get his most bonus points. I mean, there is no other fragrance in the game or any other house that I think has as cool of bottles. It's a little harder to tell with this fragrance. Other fragrances like Altair and Haultain kind of convey these horses a little better. but this is a clear bottle, so you just have to make note of that. But the Two Horses, Parfums de Marly on the front, Sedley, this thing is absolutely beautiful. And as you saw with the cap, I mean, this thing is, I wouldn't say it's magnetic, but it's very, very secure. I mean, you have to actually put some genuine force into opening this fragrance and getting the cap off. So kudos to them for that. I know that it's not a flimsy or cheap cap. It's not going to go flying off anywhere. That's very good to see. And my goodness, I'm just completely mind blown right now, guys. This presentation is absolutely gorgeous. If we're giving it a rating, I have to go a 10 out of 10. The unboxing experience was phenomenal. The actual box itself, great. The actual bottle, even better. Such an attention to detail, and you love to see it. Just a classic, timeless bottle design from Parfums de Marly. But getting all that out of the way, let's just jump right into things. Let's give this thing its first spray and an atomizer test in the... Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Absolutely incredible. That Sedley DNA. And we're going to jump right into how things smell by breaking down this fragrance. So what I'm smelling right now and what you're going to get when you get your nose on Parfums de Marly Sedley is you're going to get a lot of mint and lemon on the top. There's also some bergamot, some grapefruit, and some mandarin orange, but I really think the lemon and the mint kind of combine, join forces to really just grab your attention right off the opening. Super brisk, super light, super refreshing, clean, sweet, what you'd expect from a pretty fruity opening of a fragrance. As it dries down, you get into things like lavender. That's my bread and butter. I love me some lavender in a fragrance. You get rosemary, geranium, olibanum, and then as it dries down, sandalwood, vetiver, cashmere, cedar, patchouli, and ambroxan, which is really good for this kind of scent profile. Such a fresh, brisk, sweet, citrusy fragrance. The ambroxan certainly definitely helps in the base to boost its longevity and to keep it on your skin for much longer than expected. Now, as it pertains to this scent profile, I'm going to be honest, I personally am in love with this fragrance, which is why it was my first niche purchase. I know people have mixed reviews. Some are on the love it side, some are on the hate it side. I understand that. Most people on the hate it camp, though, from what I've found, just seem to believe it's not a unique enough scent for the price that you're getting it for, which I guess that can be a fair case in some points, but I really do think that this is a very unique scent profile. And honestly, for the price that I paid to get it, extremely discounted. I mean, honestly, it was too good to be true, but went ahead and got it and just took a chance. This is 100% the real thing, and I think the scent profile is absolutely wonderful. Super brisk, super light, super sweet, citrusy, and honestly, with the practicality of this fragrance, which we'll get into, you can quite literally wear it anytime and anywhere. But the smell, absolutely wonderful. But let's also translate now into the price and then later on the projection and longevity. So typically for this fragrance, you're going to pay about, get ready, $300 to $400 for this scent. Now, that's pretty standard. That's honestly par for the course for most Parfums de Marly fragrances, since they are a niche house and they specifically specialize in making fragrances. It's just going to naturally come at a higher cost. They use higher quality ingredients. They put more effort and more resources into things like packaging and the cap and the atomizer, things of that manner. And so naturally, it's going to be a little more expensive. Now, I didn't pay $300 to $400 for this fragrance. I got it off of Olfactory Factory, which I just discovered recently. And they have all of Parfums de Marly fragrances for just a little bit over $100, right at to the $150 mark, depending on what kind of size you're getting. So got a really, really good deal on this fragrance. And honestly, if you can find it for a good price, I would highly recommend it. And I can't complain about the price. Now, I probably should have touched on this with smell, but I also would like to briefly add, this fragrance I think is so popular and it's so near and dear to my heart because you can wear it anytime, anywhere, all 4 seasons, and I think any occasion, and this fragrance is going to shine. Obviously, with kind of the scent profile of a very citrusy, lavender, woody fragrance, I think you're going to probably assume it's more of a spring, summertime scent, which that's very fair. This fragrance really performs in the high heat, in those warm summer months especially. But I also find that in the fall and the winter, this scent is so brisk and it's so sharp almost with all the citruses off the top that it cuts through that colder and dense air, and it lasts even longer in the cold weather and in the colder months. And so that's a super big plus to this fragrance. If you're going to pay a lot for something, you want to be able to wear it, not just one season or a couple weeks out of the year. You want to be able to wear it every day that you step outside if you so desire to do that, which you can with this fragrance, certainly 4 seasons. I love wearing this to the office. Definitely very safe for a church setting. Very good for just a standard office job. You could wear it out and about, out shopping, out in public. You could wear it on a date. It could work really good in the evening if you're going out somewhere nice. I think this fragrance is honestly the Swiss Army knife from the Parfums de Marly line. It does everything you could ask for a fragrance to do. It works in so many different situations. And it's such a pleasing and crowd-appealing scent profile. I mean, when people smell the lemon and the mint, the bergamot, the grapefruit, the oranges, the lavender, some of that rosemary, the sandalwood that comes in the base, people are just drawn and attracted to you because you have such an elegant and classy scent, and you're kind of radiating that off you as you go throughout your day. And so, truthfully, I haven't met anybody that I've come in contact with and other people that have worn this fragrance that I've talked to. We haven't had really any negative feedback. This is a compliment beast. It's a compliment magnet. And people just love this kind of scent profile. It's very high quality. It has very high quality ingredients, but it's also not kind of straying too far into its own kind of thing where some people are going to be divisive about it. I would say most are going to be very happy with this fragrance. Now, projection and longevity. This has been a concern and a kicker for some people, but I'm just going to tell you how this fragrance has performed on my skin. In terms of longevity, I get about probably 7 hours, maybe 8, depending on what I'm doing. 7 to 8 hours on my skin. For about the first hour or two, it's projecting out about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. But then after those 2 hours kind of pass, it kind of settles down more closely to my skin. But lasts, as I've said, 6-7 hours. So nothing great. It's not a beast mode elixir fragrance, but it's also not like your eau de cologne or eau de toilette that'll last you 3 or 4 hours and just be gone. Or even like other niche fragrances that probably many of you are familiar with that would only last you 2 to 3 hours on your skin. This thing lasts, it projects. And it's not offensive or divisive to anybody. This can be very pleasant. It's going to stay on your skin. And as I've said, you can wear it anytime, anywhere. I don't care how many sprays you spray on. You honestly have free reign with this fragrance. You can spray 1 spray, you can spray 5 sprays, 6 sprays, and I don't think anybody's going to turn a bad eye to you. So a lot of versatility, a lot of different ways that you can use and enjoy and appreciate this fragrance. And that's what I love about it. Such a unique scent profile with that mint and all the citruses in the top, but it's so classy, it's so elegant. I think it's a mature fragrance, but it is truly the jack of all trades. It does everything that you can want. And I honestly can't think of a better fragrance to have as my first full bottle niche fragrance. So kind of final thoughts here. I'm going to give a final ranking for this fragrance as well. Without thinking of any other fragrances off the top of my head, I believe this is one of my top 10, if not top 5 favorite fragrances I've ever smelled. It's very near and dear to my heart. I love this fragrance. It's always going to be special to me because of this purchase and it being the first niche fragrance that I've owned. And I just love it. It works so good for me. I get so many compliments when wearing this fragrance. Even just this past Sunday, I wore it to church and there were several people that were very complimentary and giving very high remarks to this fragrance. Overall, I love it. It's in my top 5 or 10, as I've said. And I probably have to give it, I'm going to go a 9.8. Honestly, I don't know what, you know what? Scratch the 9.8. I'm going to 10. I don't know what more this fragrance could do. I initially docked it a couple points, but at the same time, I don't know really what I'd change with this fragrance. This is a masterpiece to me. It is a perfect 10 out of 10. And that is why it was my first niche purchase. And I cannot wait to be enjoying this fragrance all times of the year, all seasons. So that's all for this week's video. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing as much as I did. This was honestly so much fun for me to do. Super excited to get to enjoy this fragrance some more and use it. And drop down in the comments section below. What do you think about Sedley? What parfums de Marly should we try next? Either myself or Canyon. And any other ideas that you want to throw at us, send us our way in the comments section below. But that's going to be all. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We're on the road to 2.5K by the end of the year. So hit that subscribe button, hit the bell. I'll see you very soon. God bless.